So today we wanna go just get deeper in some topics, and today we wanna introduce, we wanna work through how to use LinkOS to be more productive with our smart printers. What we wanna do is we're gonna bring you guys from what we have done in the last 2 years in Zebra in the printing portion, and how we have been evolving from our legacy printers to our smart printers that we have now. So today we want to do the presentation. Let me introduce Brett Ano. He is our SPG developer, engineering developer manager. Any question, technical question that you have through LinkOS, you can ask during the session. I want to have a very interactive session, so if you have questions, just say, we stop, talk about the question, and continue the presentation. Okay, so just feel free to ask any question you have, and we want to go through this through the end of the presentation. The presentation is for 15 minutes, so I'm going to move because it's a lot of stuff. So the agenda that I want to cover is basically we want to go what kind of feature we are moving from, evolving from the legacy printers to the new smart printer that we have today with LinkOS. After that, we want to just point the 3 main marketing points that we want to use to remember LinkOS. After that, I want to talk about the architecture of the advanced features that LinkOS provide to developers and users to use it, and why it's important to use them, and how we can take opportunity to implement those features on your applications. After that, we want to talk about the architecture of the multi-platform SDK, and we want to cover the last 2 years of innovation that we have done in printing. Finally, we want to talk about some use cases, how to show how to use LinkOS to be more productive. So, evolving from legacy printers to LinkOS printer. Many of you have been using legacy printing. How many of you have still legacy printer here? Okay. So basically, what is the point here? What we wanna show you guys today what we want to do. So from legacy printers to LinkOS printer, what are the kind of features we wanna highlight that is important to use with our LinkOS? If you're working with legacy printers, you will have limited in all of the options that basically LinkOS printers provide. So we have limited settings and configuration commands. Some of just few models and legacy can connect through cloud. A limited option for managing, and very limited option in industrial to use virtual devices. And each printer in each category has different firmware. So we are moving from there. That was basically the legacy system that you used to have, to LinkOS. LinkOS basically is a common architecture that we are using with all of the new printers. So it doesn't matter if it's mobile, industrial, or desktop. All of them has the same common architecture, and all of them comes with the same powerful features. So you can connect those through Cloud Connect, using all of the connectivity to Bluetooth, Bluetooth low energy. Through Bluetooth low energy, some few models can use Bluetooth low energy. Not all of them can use Bluetooth low energy. We'll talk about that later. But basically with LinkOS, you can have more advanced features, and all of them, even including analytics. With the new one, even using the last version that we're gonna talk later, allows you capture a lot of data if you wanna do analysis of that data later for your applications, or you wanna make decision of that data. So all of that, you can do that through LinkOS printers. So the 3 points makes LinkOS powerful. It's a unique, powerful operating system. So we are talking about operating system because that makes our printer smarter. Okay, so it's strong because, as you know, we have been very strong in the market for the last 40 years. Our printers are at setting quality standards, and we keep those in the market. As I explained to you, the architecture is common to all of the printers. Now with LinkOS, you can find LinkOS in any kind of printer that Zebra has in any category. So let's review the advanced features that we have. Basically, when we talk about smart, we are talking about remote device management. This is one smart feature that we have. If we are talking about smart, we are talking about security, the new standard security that our printer has. If we are talking about smart, we are talking about connectivity. So our printers can connect through different environments and using different kind of ports. So we can connect through Cloud Connect, front-end, Bluetooth low energy, Wi-Fi network, any kind of connectivity. So that makes the printer smart. When we talk about it's easy to use, we are talking about the printer is easy to configure. It's easy to set up virtual devices, emulate the competitors' printers, and intuitive user interface. When we are talking about strong, we are talking about the power of the processor that our printer are using. We are talking about that our printer supports strain conditions, and also our printers are designed to work 24/7. When we talk about security, our new printer, LinkOS, are moving the last firmware version 4.0, introduced the new standard, the SHA2. That is the recommended one in the United States and for the global too. And makes also security with profiles. Our printers support unique profiles, and also you can move profile between printers. But the profiles now support the configuration about makes the printer a little more secure to be hacked. When we talk about remote device management, we are talking about visibility, and we are talking about other softwares that you can use to take that advantage. When we talk about remote device management, we're talking about Profile Manager. Some of you are familiar with Profile Manager Enterprise? No? Some of you? No? Okay. So we're going to talk about that solution, management solution later. But using that solution takes all of the advantage of remote device management of the printer. Also, as you see, you can use SOTI, AirWatch, and with those softwares, you can make predictive analysis or even use mirror functions. Then the new LinkOS 4.0 introduced the ABS OBS integrator connector. Some of you are already familiar with that? No? ABS OBS connector? Nobody knows what it is? No? Okay, so good. So we're going to talk about that later. So when we talk about architecture, we are talking about that the printer support allows you to have a lot of flexibility developing apps. So our printer support JSON commands, SGT commands, also support graphic conversion, different printer language. All of the power that we have designed with the LinkOS SDK, we support different platforms, Android, iOS, Windows CE, and other ones that you can use to implement your applications. Also, CBI, that is an internal, my partner here will be talking about CBI in detail in another conference. So if everybody wants to know what is CBI, you can go to that conference, okay? But it's an important feature that our printers has to customize the printer based on specific requirements of the customer, okay? And odometers. Odometer is another important function that allows you to implement applications that you can use analytics to predict behavior of the customers based on those odometers. We're gonna talk about that later. Connectivity, as I mentioned, all of the connectivity portions. Maintenance, our printers allows you to have an easy way to maintain. So the printer has self-diagnostics, and also on the hardware portion is designed in a way that's modular. If you go through the tables that we have outside, if you see the new printer, the CT600, you will see. And somebody asked me about modular. I want to explain in detail what is modular for those printers in the hardware. So basically, you can change pieces of cards, electronic cards, easily now. For example, for the CT600 now, the printer comes with the RFID interchangeable card that you can put it or remove it, depending what you want. So that's part that we are making a little more efficient to use that printer for maintenance and for different options. And in the user experience, you can see here what we want to do with user experience. We are talking about capturing. Capture is an application from SGD that allows you to capture tier apps when you don't have options to go through the code of the tier apps. The printer comes with the capture options that allows you to capture that data from those printers. From those software. We have font conversion, print touch, status check, CBI, and the new things that is coming. Also, we are integrating Android into the part of the visual way to manage industrial printers. So it's not for all, but it's coming soon. You will see part of that in the future. So it's part that we are doing. So, LinkOS architecture of the multi-platform SDKs. Now we are moving to the second component of LinkOS. We were talking about the first component, that is all of what is inside of the printers. Now we are moving outside of the printer and moving to the portion of the software. So let's talk about the architecture of the multi-platform SDK. So as you see here, basically our multi-platform SDK support most of those features across all of the platforms that we have. So if we are talking about Android, or if we are talking about Windows CE, or if we are talking about iOS, all of those SDKs that we provide normally comes with a kind of modular way to use it. And the most important one is we have a modular portion for printer discovery. We have another portion for printer connectivity, printer status checking that make us or we provide that printer checking to make the printer more useful in a bi-directional way. And part of that, we have developed some documents that we call that best practices. So what implies that is you don't send blind print jobs to the printer. So you are asking or communicating with the printer first to the printer is ready to receive the print jobs. It's basically that kind of communication that we want developers make or take care before to send print jobs to the printer. Just don't take the printer as a printer. Take the printer as something more than a printer. It's a smart printer and a smart device. So we have all of the portion of graphic conversion. We have all of the portion that allows you to implement templates easily, simplify pairing, and also allows you to do direct commands, communication, printer management. That is part of that. In order, if we have implemented that on the printer, you need to have the other portion, the SDK, to implement those functions. So the SDK comes with some group of libraries that allows you to implement all of those features that the printer requires for remote device management. Also, the SDK comes with developer demos in each kind of platform, in iOS, iOS, Android, Bluetooth Low Energy. That's the new thing. We want to talk about that later. So also we have some links in our developer, Zebra.com. Everybody is using our ZebraDeveloper.com? No? We recommend you guys to go to our developer website. You will find all of the resources you need for your apps or for development your apps right there. We have the APIs, blogs, experts. If you have any question, go there, post your questions. Everybody will be responding, not immediately, but in some moment, your questions. So here, this presentation, as we talked yesterday, you will have this available in the future. So in about 2-3 weeks, you will be able to take the presentation with the links, everything you see here. You can take pictures, but just wait for the presentation. You will have all of those links available later. So what we have done the last 2 years in innovation, in printing, what we have done? Okay. So let's take a look. That's all that we have done in Zebra in the last 2 years. So on the portion on top, we are talking about related to the software component. In the bottom part, we are talking about printers. So on the part of software, we have done a lot of improvement to the SDK. We went through from version 2.9 to version 2.12. In the 2.9, the most important thing, introducing the second Bluetooth channel for Bluetooth. In version 2.10, we introduced Xamarin. In version 2.11, we introduced Bluetooth Low Energy. In Bluetooth 2.12, we introduced the Java Car SDK. It's just only all of the innovation that we have done in the SDK. If we go to independent tools, so we have developed Print Connect. In version 2.9, we have developed Android Setup Utility Tool. We have developed Browser Print in independent tools. In solutions, the last thing that we improved or we did was Profile Manager Enterprise in 2011. In solution, this is management solution. that we provide. We sell Profile Manager Enterprise. We charge for that. So it's a complete solution that we sell to our customers or our partner who needs that kind of tool for take all of the power of remove the development manager. And the printer side, we have it divided in three important parts. In the firmware, all of the changes that we did to the firmware are in the version 4.0. We introduced the new ABS OBS connector, allows you to connect to the several servers and to be able to work with our management services that we have introduced to provide analytics to our customers. So that comes with all of the version 4.0 in the firmware side. Somebody have a question? No. In the virtual emulation, we came with the PDF Direct. So that's a new thing that we have done to provide the power to customers who don't really want to use CPL and they want to work with the PDF Direct. So we have created a virtual emulation with PDF. That is new in we have done in the last 2 years. In hardware, we have developed the CQ 500, 100, CD400, and the CT600. The CD400, we come with the CD410. That's the replacement for the TLP 2824. And also with the CD420, the CD420 is the new printer that comes with cartridge inside. And the new thing that just we are launching this month, the new industrial printer that you can go to the table and see what is in there. That's the new printer we have, CT600, replacement for the all XI series in the industrial side. Any question about this? No? Yes?
Only one question regarding the PDF direct printing. So, is there any option how to buy instead of through your web page by credit card? Because there is no option in the standard price list for the PDF license.
So you said is we can implement a way to download that directly from the website?
Because, so the PDF direct printing is a license, so you need a license for it. And
Yes, yes.
And in standard price list, there is no option so for the raw items for the.
So you want to do it as a like a PO, write a PO for it?
So there's only one option how to buy is through the web page, by credit card, like end user, so not through the partner.
You can work it in which region are you? In which area? So in which country? Which country? Huh?
Can you check?
Because basically you can talk to the local representative to find a way to get that license or to get that product directly with you in a better way. So talk to the representative.
That is something that we need to look into adding into the price list.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make that as note.
Yes. But yes, go to the local representative and we can just specify what you need and how we can solve that for you. Okay? But as you ask me, we can make that free? No, we will be charging for that. This is we charge license that's based on printer use. So for each printer is one license. Okay? So that's a product that we sell and we will keep it doing that. More questions? Yes, go ahead.
CQ100, is it a LinkOS printer because it has a very limited functionality? Is it fully blown?
Excuse me,
CQ100 is
it's
not
right.
a LinkOS.
See, that one is not a LinkOS printer. However, the one that was a mistake is CQ500. Okay, it's CQ500. More questions? No? We're fine. Okay, we want to go in detail through all of those things. So let's go. Updates to LinkOS SDK. What we have done the last 2 years to the LinkOS SDK. So we start with the version 2.9. We went through version 2.10, to 11, and 2.12. So all of the changes that we did in 2.9, I don't want to go in detail. You can read those there. But the most important one, as I explained to you, is we add the second channel for Bluetooth. And what it means basically means that you have 2 channels to communicate with the printer. What it means is basically you can have 1 channel to send data to the printer, and at the same time you have the second channel to check a status. That's what we mean for second channel for Bluetooth. Okay, and we keep that portion also to our libraries in Bluetooth Low Energy. In version 2.10, as explained to you, we implement Xamarin support. So all of the libraries in Xamarin come through that. That's the important part. Also, we implement object support, driverless USB support, PC SDK. So all of those small changes that we have done. Version 2.11, we implement basically the most important changes here, graphic conversions, Bluetooth Low Energy, all of full set libraries of Bluetooth Low Energy. If you go to, when you download the Multiplatform SDK, you will see two folders, one for Bluetooth standard, another one for Bluetooth Low Energy. Why? All of the libraries are based in our communication system. So everything is built on communication. So all of the libraries that we have for Bluetooth is based on Bluetooth communication standard, and the new library is built in all of the communication for Bluetooth Low Energy. What is the advantage between one and other ones? Is you work with Android 6.0, you cannot do any more unsecure connections. You know that, right? Android 6.0 requires now to do always secure connection when you're connecting through printers or through any device, because it's not a Zebra issue, it's an Android issue. When you're working with Bluetooth Low Energy, you still keep doing that kind of connection. There is a nice demo that one of my colleagues did with Bluetooth Low Energy. You can see how that nice work doing direct connection through Bluetooth Low Energy. So it's one of the most important differences. And other differences with Bluetooth Low Energy is allow you communicate with, basically the main point about Bluetooth Low Energy is help you to save battery and save energy. So if we are talking about that, we are talking about basically the mobile devices where you need to save battery of the printer. So for those are important to use Bluetooth Low Energy in some use cases. The last version, 2.12, we introduce all of the new libraries in Java SDK for card printers. It's important to mention here that card printers use different operating systems than LinkOS. So I don't want to confuse you guys, but card printers completely works in different way with different logic than LinkOS. However, the Multiplatform SDK includes those libraries to unify all of our set of products for printers. Question about this? Okay. So about Xamarin. What is the most important points about Xamarin? Basically, we keep to maintain all of the main features or main architecture that we have with the other SDKs. So when we talk about that feature, we are talking about printer discovery, we are talking about establish and manage connections, and we are talking about status checking. The first release was done in the second quarter of 2016. Different ways to get it. So you have three different ways to get it. One is go through Xamarin components. Another one is go to Nugget. Or the third way is just downloading our SDK. And from there you can find a folder with Xamarin. Okay? SDK 2.11, the most important thing, as I explained to you, is working with Bluetooth, this kind of new standard. We come with a new demo working in Bluetooth Low Energy that you can test it if you want to implement those features. Other important feature that you can see using our tool, Zebra Será utility, that you can download from Google services. Is working with Bluetooth Low Energy. As you see here, this is a test that I did for the CD410, and you can see how you can implement and configure the printer easily using that utility tool. The printer that support Bluetooth Low Energy so far, we have the CD400 series and the CQ500 series. That's what we want for now. Depending on requirements of the market, we will implement Bluetooth Low Energy in other printers. The new CD600 also comes with Bluetooth Low Energy, but it's not applicable to all of them. Maybe in the future we'll be releasing that capability to the other printers, but for now it's only applicable to the CD400 series and CQ500 series. Another important improvement that we did in this SDK was the capability to do graphic conversion. So you can use two libraries on our SDK that allows you to do graphic conversion. When we talk about graphic conversion, we need to do that because our printers use a compressed format that if you don't use that format, you cannot do printing. So, but one of the requests of our developers is they want to have the independent tool to do the conversion instead that the printer does do automatically. So we implemented and it's available in this version of the SDK. Basically, this is the in version 2.12. This is the most important changes, the most important improvement that we did through card printer. How many of you use card printer here? Okay, good. Are you aware that we released this version in the Java? Have you been using this version? No? Not yet? Okay. I was presenting a demo yesterday using the Java Card SDK. One of the powerful things about this is make the able to use card printer with mobile applications. So we didn't have that kind of capability before. Now doing through the Java SDK and maybe in the future through Android allows you to do mobile application. One of the most gap that we used to have before with card printer. So we have done a first big step doing the Java SDK. So now you are able to build those applications in an easy way, more powerful and crossovers other platform.
Well, to be clear, it supports Java, so it gives you PC and Mac OS support and Linux support for the card printers. The Android support is available via our customs group in limited form now, and we will be looking to improve that in the future and make it a regular channel release.
Okay. But if you have specific questions, just come to us, and we can provide you a demo so you can test it. Questions so far? No? Okay, let's go. Software development tools. Let's talk about the first ones is we want to talk about Print Connect. Somebody of you have been using Print Connect already? You? Okay, who else? No more? You want to talk about Print Connect one more?
Print Connect, just we're looking for all sorts of ways of being flexible as far as how you guys can develop apps for our printers. So Print Connect was our quick attempt to make sort of an Android driver for our printers. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to connect via intent calls from your Android application to the Print Connect application and pass over template data and do template-based printing so that you don't have to embed the SDK into your application. You can just embed the intent calls, and that way in the future, if communications changes with our printers, new mode's been added, or any sort of optimizations that we come up with will be put into the Print Connect application, and basically we'll keep the intent APIs the same, so you don't need to worry about updating your application should there be new printers, new features, whatever, on the printer side.
Good. Any question about that? No? Okay. So I encourage you guys, let's to test. That is available from Google Play Services, right? So you can download the application from there. You can download the driver from there. And all of the information about this is on our website. So you can download the guideline for developers, how to use those 7 intents. There's a lot of code there inside of that guidelines. So it's easy for you to implement that.
It's also on App Gallery as well, and you can pull down the APK from the website.
Okay, so we encourage you guys to use it. Any kind of comment, feedback, let us know. We are here just to improve those tools for you. The next tool, most of you are already familiar with this tool. This is the, if you don't have it done, okay, let's try to do. How many of you use Android? Just left. Okay. So you can go now to Google Play Services and look for this tool. Download it and play with our printers in our first table. So I encourage you to do it because basically it's a very nice tool for developers and for end users to test our printers directly. So support also Bluetooth low energy. You can set up your printers through Bluetooth low energy right there. Another nice thing here, support also print touch capability. So it allows you to connect very quickly. And all of the functionality of this is built on our LinkOS SDK. So the link right there is the way to go, or go to Play Market to download the application. The next one is browser print. How many of you have been using browser print so far? How many of you know browser print? Yeah? How many of you work with web browsers? Let's go with that question first. Okay, how many of you needs an application on the front end that allows you to connect printers? Okay, this is one solution to cover that spectrum to the front end in a bidirectional way. So I encourage you guys to use browser print to at least give it a test, verify if that works for your needs, but try to verify how you, it's easy to go to implement, comes with sample code, everything about what you need to do. Later on today in our session after 11, we will talk about in detail how to work with browser print. However, yes?
I was just gonna say, I've got a session later on today to go through this in detail, you know, how it works, code detail.
Perfect. So you will have two sessions. We want to do an introduction in code for web print solutions, and after that, she will be talking in detail about browser print. So I encourage you guys to go there and see this new tool, how you can take up what I saw. Most of 50% of the group is working with web browsers, so I encourage you guys to use it. Later on in our session at 11, we will be talking about the different options that we offer in web solutions. When we talk about web solution, we are talking about the back server side, front end side, mobility, and different ways to work with web browsers. Okay? Question about this? No? Okay. Later, we're going to talk about that in detail. So, the nice thing about this is we released the first version in PC last year, and we released the new version, the including new version in Mac this year in January. So if you have some customer working with Mac, that is another option that you can think about it. Okay, management solutions. When we talk about management solutions, Zebra developed Profile Manager Enterprise, basically to cover that spectrum that most in the some partner customer needs to work with printers in a remote way. So you can control your printer even from a cloud. You don't need to have those next to you. You can have this tool and connecting those from different locations in the world. So it doesn't have to be in the same country. You can. That's basically the power of internet. So we are working through Cloud Connect using WebSockets. So the printer support WebSockets. So the printer can be in any location in the world and connect through one server in another location in the world. So take advantage of this power of our printer. We will be talking in detail about this at 11 in our web print session. So you have a question or you want to learn how to implement this feature, come through us. Here we have one of the partners who are already using Cloud Connect in their server. So I encourage you guys to go through this. This is a tendency topic, a high trends topic for developers go through web browser, web print solutions. So that allows you to control all of the new features that we have implemented in LinkOS, allows you review, even control of the updates of the firmware, setting profiles, capture information of the printer. You can set up those programmatically, so you can set up, we're going to talk about how you can set up those, how you can capture the information of the printers programmatically, and what kind of information you can capture from the printers to set up analytics on your applications.
Okay, let me
Yes, go on.
talk a little bit about the Profile Manager, just to reiterate. So Profile Manager is a centralized tool so that you can help your customers manage their printers remotely. This has been very helpful if you think about the healthcare market and the retail market, where printers are distributed over a large set of facilities, and you need to have a centralized system to manage that. So the server is meant to be, in its current form, installed on-premise or in a centralized location for the company. And then we'll, instead of having your IT staff go into individual hospital rooms, you can have them call centralized help desk that using this tool can work with the nurses, or in the retail environment. One of the main use cases here is to be able to allow for quick updates of the network security configuration. So the system will manage certificates for the customers and will allow you to quickly distribute certificates through your fleet of printers, whether you want to apply these certificates on power up or if you want to do it as a scheduled event at specific times. It'll allow you to do those features.
Questions?
It'll allow you to also offer the service of managing printers as well, because we're not hosting this. This is
Right.
customer hosted or partner hosted system.
Right.
And also, we offer the we can customize this for you. Obviously, we charge for that. But if you have a specific additional requirements on this, we have a group who implement those for you. Yeah, but it's a very powerful tool that you can have.
Actually, I have one more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
So as a partner, the tool is very tuned for direct management of the printers. If as a partner you want to be able to provide value add to your customer, you can install something to access the database on the same server, and you can start doing customized reports on the customer's printer fleet for them. And so you have access to the database, you can pull all the current information about the printers from the database, and then you can tell them, this is the number of printers that are active, we haven't seen these printers in this amount of time. So a lot of the stuff that Zebra provides as a service as far as like ABS and OBS that he'll go into, you as a partner via Profile Manager can also provide those services depending on the specific customer needs that you have. So if you have a few ideas, feel free to come and talk to me and we can talk about what sort of things you can and can't do with the system.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
How is this available? How do you get hold of it?
There are different ways to do it. You can come to us directly, and we can set up a meeting with you guys to, and we can explain to you through the demo how that works. And after that, we want to go with the representative because it's basically a product Zebra. So we want to find a way to implement that, maybe a demo server on your side. You can test it on your side. And after that, after you are convinced of the features and the utility of the application, we can sell to you the license and how you can set up that on your own server on-premise.
Yeah, it's a standard release part that you can order via the standard systems now.
But the first way is contact the local representative and they go through us. There's different ways to go through. Okay? More questions? Okay, let's go. Firmware updates. I'm going to go quickly over this. Basically, it comes in 4 different directions. The first one is the visibility portion that comes through the connection of the Access Visibility Service that we have now. Security, updating to the new standard, SHA2. Flexibility, we implement just 2 main features from panel counter. New commands, SGD commands, allows you to do things that were we received before, requirements of customers that want to do with the printer, so we implement this in this version. Connectivity, we did some improvement to mirror, roaming, and CBI updates. Okay? So this is the most important implementation that we did with the LinkOS 4.0. There's the new connector that we implemented, the firmware, allows, comes by default activated. So when you update the version of your printer to LinkOS 4.0, automatically will be looking for the Zebra server. If you have a contract with our IBS services or management services, that will allow you to connect those through our new products, OBS, ABS, and I want to explain that in, later. But this is basically the printer component. The second component of this is just the cloud component. Into how you can set up this on your printer. Basically, you have 3 different ways to set up this on your printer. From panel, web page, and SGD commands. Those are the 3 ways to do it. Very easily, very simple, and very powerful. Basically, this is the second component, the cloud component, and what you saw on top is basically the application, the web service application that we have, and you can monitor all of those analytics that you see there. That is what you're doing through Zebra Connector. And what data, basically here, I don't have that one here, but IBS capabilities allows you to do all of those things. Have a dashboard to check printer status, support all of the LinkOS printers, allows you to set up printer events and make analytics based on that, makes you to have in some way predictive and prescriptive analytics about the printers, and allows you to do also data integration for repairs in case that you want to work with the repair services. The security update, as I mentioned to you, is done just to make a standard, security standards, so our printers are secure, more secure now, and will be continue doing secure. Secure for us is very important, and we're working every day to make our printer more secure. Through this, basically, we are planning just very simple but powerful update, make the printers able to control of the number of printing jobs done through some session of, so you're sending independent. It's very clear here how it's working. I don't go through this, but it's nice to use. All of the commands, connectivity changes that we have done, you can go on those details. You can go to the notes of the firmware LinkOS 4.0, and that comes with all of the new updates that we did through the firmware. I encourage you to go there and check all of them. Virtual devices, as I explained to you, PDF Direct is the new improvement that we have done. It's very easy to install. It's work as a virtual device. You got the license. Using C downloader, you download the files to the printer, and immediately after that, the printer can receive print jobs in PDF. It's very simple to use. New printers. We have the CQ500 printer. How many of you have used this printer already? What do you think about the printer? Met expectations? Okay, good. We are planning to launch the replacement for the INC 320. I don't know if you have been opportunity to go to the first table. Here, I encourage you to go there. You can see the new replacement for the INC printer. It's the CQ300 printer, so go there. Some of the Zebra representatives will show the printer. If some of you wants to do early adapter, let me know. So we have some stock of those printers, and we can provide to you as a partner to implement those printers into your application. So you will be ready with your application before the product is launched to the market. That's the other new printer, the CD410, the CD420, and the new one, the LinkOS CT600 for the industrial side. Now let's talk about be more productive. This is one standard case that we have found in many industries now, how to take opportunity, how to be more productive using LinkOS printers. Basically, the case is telling you how to predict when to change the part that you can change or the consumable of the printer before that happens. Yeah? How do you do that? What is the best ways to do it? The first thing, the printer is able to take that or track that for developers? Yes. How? Using odometers. What needs to be done by the developer or for the guys who is doing that implementation in location? Needs to determine with precision or determine with some percent in which moment needs to be changed the paper before that happens. The media before that happened, but you have the information through all the odometers. We have 16 odometers on the printer, and you can play with all of them. You have different variables that you can set up every hour, every 6 hours, or every day, just to have control of the consumption of those media in your printer. Yeah, and through all of the portion that we have talked about today, tools, profile manager, even using the SDK, you have the capability to get that information from the printer. So basically, I encourage you guys, because you can do all of those things to control and predict behavior of your customers using that tool. Odometer is one, and we have another one, depending on the use cases. We have another use case. This is a standard use case here that you can see, and how you can use the printer for that kind of productivity needs that you may have in your companies. So through this, you can see what you can do. One of the most important things for productivity is basically the odometers, and I want you to have that message clear. Odometers allows you predict when needs to be changed the print head, when you need to change the ribbon, or when you need to change the media. So those are the three things that you need to be aware that needs to be changed on the printer, and you can predict to do that. In the future, we are building analytics to predict behavior of the printer to anticipate when the printer will fail. And we are working, it's an internal process, engineering process that we are doing now, but in the future, we will be able to tell customer what the printer needs to go to repair services or what part needs to be changed. It's an incoming process, we are working on it, right? So in the future, you will have all of that power with the printers. Through here, what you see on the left side is all of the features that you can control with management solutions. So you can set up printer setup. You can manage all of the network configuration, like Brett was mentioned before. You can download firmware. You can do conversion graphics, change settings, keep the printers in different groups of management, drag files up, draw files from the printers. What else? You can set up visual alert status. You can view odometers, all of that. All of those are the features that you can do or make you or use the printer to be more productive. All of those is I encourage you to use it. And the way that you're using, you will be doing more productive things for your company or with your applications. So all of those kind of things that was doing manually, you can do it programmatically, and depends on you how to can make that more efficient in your work site. But also you have different options here, because we provide you different options. We have AirWatch, Profile Manager, Enterprise, Zotic. All of those options allow you to take care of the printers in a better way and be more productive. That is one side. The other side is with ABS, OBS connector. And during that process, we have done all of those kind of studies. And what you see here is what customers are looking for with the printers. So they are looking improved performance, increased productivity, efficient operational, improve utilization of the printer, increase availability, all of that is what the customers are looking now, or companies are looking now with the printers. And that's what you get now with our ABS, OBS services through our new LinkOS printers. So all of this information is on the website, but you will have the slides later to take care of that. But basically, I like this slide here because it's what the customers are looking for: productivity or for optimization with the printer. Tell you what you can do, what you want to do. And all of that can be done with our printers. So in the future, if you have projects, innovation project with the printer, or you want to do something with the printers, if you need help, there are two groups in Sibra that we can help you with that. The first group is our group, the ISB group. You come through us, ask the question about that, share with us what are the requirements of the project. We will discuss if with the actual tools that we have, you can do it. Otherwise, we will analyze the way to do through our customization group and see how that can be done. But we are here to help you to implement those nice projects. So if you want to get some additional information, you have any question, you just send an email to this email here, and we will capture your requirement from there. Okay? So I encourage you guys, if you have projects, come to us, make those happen. Okay?
And we're here during the whole session, so if you do still have questions about what LinkOS can do and what sort of features it can give you access to, feel free to pull us aside and ask us. There's a lot of things that you can do with the printer that you just wouldn't expect as far as optimizing your solution. And with the email address that he's shown, we have a dedicated SDK team that's constantly working to improve the SDKs for the printer. And the more information you guys can give us about what you're currently working on, as far as the printer models, the operating systems that you're working with, and where you guys see shortcomings, please send those in, and we'll work to improve the system with you. Thank you.